A very good evening to you once again and welcome to Rwanda Television News with me, Sam Kalisa. On the second day of the 2020 G20 Summit, President Paul Kagame highlighted just how much women have been affected by the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Rwanda Head of State represented NEPAD at the summit and noted that building a bright future for all, holding no one back, requires international cooperation. While the world still grapples with the COVID-19 pandemic, the African leader pointed out three important issues that need to be addressed.
First, on environmental sustainability, perhaps the single most impactful action that can be taken is to fully implement the Kigali Amendment to the Montreal Protocol. By phasing out hydrofluorocarbons, we can prevent 0.5 degrees Celsius of temperature increase by the year 2100. This is what scientists tell us. This represents almost 1/4 of the Paris Agreement target and is an outstanding example of cooperation between the public and private sectors. The Kigali Amendment is now in force and more than 100 countries have already ratified it. I urge the remaining states to ratify as soon as we can. Second, the pandemic has taught us the unacceptable cost of the world's digital divide. Increasingly, access to affordable broadband connectivity is the entry point for education, healthcare, and employment. We appreciate increased G20 support for the goals of the Broadband Commission on Sustainable Development, as well as the United Nations Secretary General's Roadmap for Digital Cooperation. Finally, the pandemic has affected women disproportionately. The burden of caring for sick relatives falls primarily on the women in our families. Women have also been forced to exit formal sector employment to take care of children during lockdown. We cannot continue to accept structural gender disparities as the status quo in a truly inclusive and sustainable future.
This year's G20 Summit was hosted by Saudi Arabia, that is currently chairing the group, and the gathering was held virtually because of the COVID-19 pandemic. It was concluded Sunday by King Salman bin Abdul Aziz of Saudi Arabia.